Unity of Tucson. I'm Reverend Jonathan Zenz. Pleasure to see your beautiful, shining faces this morning. We are a spiritual family here, a spiritual community, here to teach practical tools for a better life. You ready to have a better life today? All right, let's get up and celebrate with some love this morning, because I know something about you. I know the truth. I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is alright. I see you dripping with abundance and ease. I see you enjoying the life you please. Playful at work and creative at play. I see you in gratitude every day. And I say, I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is alright. I know the dreams of your heart want to fly. It's time to spread your wings and give it a try. The love you give, you know you're bound to receive. Your good can only grow the more you believe. Come on now, I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Your biggest self can't be denied. You've got no place to hide, because I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I feel the power within you. I know that love surrounds you. Everything is alright. I know the truth about you. I see the light within you. Just let it shine on brightly. Everything is alright. Good way to start the day. Get the blood pumping. Feeling alive. Can you tell I just got back from vacation? Yes, I had a great time in Puerto Vallarta. It was a wonderful, wonderful trip. And I've been telling everybody I need another week there. Yeah, so once again, good morning, beautiful humans. It is such a joy to share this Sunday morning with you. Like I said before, we are a spiritual community here. We are a spiritual family. Our purpose and point of being here is to teach practical tools, practical spiritual tools for a better life. It is my belief and what I choose to get up here and speak to every single week, to say that the degree to which we put spiritual practice into our lives and utilize spiritual practice in our lives get better. Why do I say that? Well, it's because I've learned from experience. My life has gotten better through spiritual practice. So let's celebrate that today. We do have a vision and a mission here at Unity of Tucson, and I would love for you to share the words of our vision statement with me. Here they are. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. And the vision is the way we see the world. The mission are the steps we take to get there. And here are the steps through our mission statement. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. You know, simple, not always easy, but simple ideas. And I think that the degree to which we simplify spiritual principle in our lives is the degree to which we can actually put it into practice more resolutely. And so think about that today as we experience this beautiful day. If you're joining us for the first time today, I want to say a special welcome to anyone who may be joining us watching online for the first time today. Let you know that we are deeply grateful to share this energy of love with you, grateful that you've decided to be here. And if you would like to go to unitytucson.com/connect and fill out some information there, we can know that you've joined us today, and we would love to be able to reach back out to you and make that connection. Thank you so much for joining us in a virtual sense. If you are in the room and joining us in person for the first time today, If you feel comfortable with identifying yourself by standing up, we have a gift that we would like to give to you. William's going to bring, and Ross are going to bring some gifts around, and grateful to have you here. Deeply grateful to share this time with you. And then there's another thing that we know about you. Because we have done our research, we knew that you were going to be here joining us today. And we have something that we found out. You ready for us to share it with you? All right, on the count of 3, everyone. 1, 2, 3. You are magnificent. Yes, you are. Thank you for being here and shining your light and sharing your magnificence. Now, I think it's important that we are able to exclaim this for ourselves because you are a reflection of us, and so we see your magnificence by understanding our own magnificence. So let us all share these words together. I am magnificent. Yes. Do you feel it? Yes. That was convincing. I think we need to say it one more time. Let's say it. 1, 2, 3. I am magnificent. Yes, there we go. That I felt in my soul. Yes. Would you please welcome today's Keeper of the Flames to the stage, Lynn Peterson. She is here to assist in a ritual that we have adopted here at Unity of Tucson called Lighting the Flames of Faith. What happens in this ritual is for each candle that we light here, we are understanding and recognizing and allowing ourselves to deepen into the understanding that all faith traditions, all religious paths, all spiritual ideologies, they are all rooted ultimately in one thing, and that is the power of love. And so, let us honor them here today by first lighting a candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for all forms of Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the divine will of love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And we light a candle for all faith traditions that are unnamed in this ceremony, and for the seekers who may be unaware of the power and the presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space that we hold open for them in our own hearts, that space we keep open to allow ourselves to shine the light and trust that others recognize and shine their own light. This final candle we light is the healing candle. It represents the uncovering of the God essence at the core of all experience, of all circumstance. For that is how we teach healing in this tradition, that when we allow the God essence at the core of all that is to shine forth and let itself be known, we experience healing in form. It all starts in mind and flows forth into form. So this is your candle for whatever may be in your mind and in your heart that requires the light today. The candle here on your left is our peace candle, which we keep consistently illuminated with the understanding that it represents the consistent illumination of peace in our own hearts. And as we allow that inner peace to radiate and inform our thoughts, our actions, our intentions, our deeds, our words, all of it, we create more peace in this world right where we are. And so let's honor this candle by reciting together the prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace begins to reign in the world.
Homework, huh?
No homework.
Is that why you sent me that text and said, by the way?
Yes. So if you are new to our community, each week as part of my Sunday message, I usually give homework to make this stuff practical. Last week was Easter, so I said everybody was getting spring break.
Except me.
No homework. But what happens subsequently is that a week later, I invite the keeper of the flames to reflect on how they used the homework in their lives. So I reached out to Lynn yesterday, sent her a text message, and I said, I know there was no homework last week, but here's what I want to talk about. I said, I would like for you to reflect on what the power of wisdom, which was the theme of this month, the power of wisdom. What does it mean to you? What does that mean to you? And in what way might the power of wisdom have played into your life during this past month? So do you have any reflection on that today?
I have a lot of reflection on that.
Okay, shall we settle in?
Yeah, settle in. We are too much alike.
We are too much alike.
We really are.
Do you see the resemblance? I know I say it every week, but for those who are new. This is my mother, by the way, for those who are new.
We started developing wisdom even as a small child.
Yes?
Because if you think about it, and you think back, we were given instructions as small children that if we did something or we didn't do something, then consequences would happen. And we carry these things through life. So as we get older, we have other experiences, and it's the same thing. You plant them in the back of your head, and you have this little piece back here that says, should I or shouldn't I? And that's a wisdom. I mean, it's a gathering of knowledge as we get older. Two things hit me this morning in particular. Mm-hmm. One, oddly enough, I heard Jane Fonda in an interview this morning, who is about ready to turn 85, believe it or not. And she said she could be old at 85, but in reality she doesn't feel she is, because you can be just as old or older at 60. And that, I mean, it just struck me because it's such a true statement.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'm old. There's times I do because, cricks and... But otherwise, no. Bottom line, I really don't feel that old. The other thing is, during this month, I've had a lot of challenges. I lost my beloved dog. And that's broken my heart, but I'm getting over it. And there's a wisdom in grief. Mm-hmm. And I've worked through a lot of other grief this month on other realms. But yesterday, we had a performance. And that performance hit someone that's very, very close to me very hard. And the statement that came out was, I should have treated him better. So there's no way of going back and apologizing to the person they're referring to, because that person is no longer with us. So the piece of wisdom I had to pull out goes back to our statement. And it's not just forgive everything, it's forgive yourself. Yeah. If you can forgive yourself for things that you have done or transgressions you've had, then you can move on out of that and have a better life. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I came up with. That's why I said I had a lot.
You do have a lot. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. Thank you. Mm-hmm. On the topic of forgiveness, I think all forgiveness is personal forgiveness. All of it. All of it. Because when we find ourselves in that place of being forgiving, that is to be forgiving of ourselves from a point of view of love, that is how we ultimately forgive. And it's all the personal work that we do. So thank you for that. Thank you, thank you. We have some beautiful wisdom that will be shared by our prayer chaplain today, here to offer a sacred reading, this month's affirmation, and a prayer. By the way, I have to tell her something. By the way, I forgot to tell you this before the service. You get to do the prayer, but there's not going to be a song around it. Sometimes I forget to tell people the things. So please welcome Deborah Walker.
So, Jonathan, Reading first, correct?
Reading first.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
We changed it up a lot this year, so getting back on track.
Okay. It's okay. Thank God I'm fast on my feet. All right. So the reading this morning comes from a gentleman by the name of Dr. Ed Bastian. And this is a writing that he did it's from Buddhism, and it's what's known as the Prajna of Wisdom. So the Prajna of Wisdom teaches us the following. We all have the natural capacity for wisdom and enlightenment, which can emerge when our minds are clear and unimpeded by negative thoughts, emotions, and accumulated obstacles. When our ocean-like consciousness is clouded by ignorance, limited by desire, obscured by attachment, and tossed about by the incessant winds of sensory distractions, emotions, and thoughts, enlightenment cannot be revealed. Affirmation? Okay. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your patience. We've been just like bouncing all over the place this year. So the affirmation for today, I'm going to read it once. And then what I would like for you guys to do is, if you're comfortable, close your eyes, put your hands on your heart, and repeat after me. So I'm going to read it through once. Divine wisdom always guides me to infinite wellness, security, and expansion. So if you put your hands over your hearts, like I said, if you're comfortable, close your eyes and repeat after me. Divine wisdom always guides me to infinite wellness, security, and expansion. Okay. Prayer. Okay. So if you're comfortable and you wish to continue to close your eyes, I'm going to invite you to do so. Release any thoughts popping into your head, and let's just get quiet. As I sit quietly in this sacred space, this space of infinite peace, love, light, sustenance, and joy, I affirm my oneness with the divine. This oneness allows me to see, learn, know, and understand more and more. I am fully supported on my spiritual path and affirm that by releasing that which is not for my highest good, the truth of who I am shines forth. With gratitude for this knowledge, I release, trust, let go, and allow, knowing this to be so. And so it is. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Deborah.
You're welcome.
I take full responsibility for not informing her about the changes today. The reason that there are changes today is because this day is our Membership Blessing Sunday, which we do once a quarter to welcome new members of our community into the fold. And these people who are going to be honored here today have taken some steps to officially claim themselves as new members. Now, what is membership? What is membership? That's one of the things I like to start with. Well, ostensibly, membership is about a commitment to the community. But more than that, it's about a commitment to the spiritual journey that we are each and every one of us on at this time in our lives. And I'm very clear to say at this time in our lives because I will continue to be on this path as long as this is the path that is right for me. But if this path no longer is right for me, I am open and ready and willing to change my mind. Charles Fillmore did once say, I reserve the right to change my mind. I think it's important. It's an important lesson for all of us. So it's a personal affirmation that this is the right path for you at this time. Being a member, officially, one commits to uphold the teachings of Unity and its principles and exemplify them in daily life, to regularly attend the functions of the ministry, to make regular and identifiable contributions to the ministry through wisdom, work, and wealth, and to attend the annual membership meetings of the church and participate as a voting member. Membership is voluntary. It is not compulsory. And entering into membership is a personal covenant to spiritual growth, more than it is a covenant to an organization. Today, we bless new members through this ceremony. And each new member will get today a membership card and a name tag, and Laura is going to help hand those out. They will also receive one of these plants that are down here, these beautiful flowering plants. Why do we give them a plant, and why do we not give them a cut flower? Well, the reason is because the plant we have taken to represent you in faith. And the degree to which you root yourself in faith allows you to blossom and grow. As you nurture your plant, I would say take this plant home and plant it somewhere. Put it in a pot. It might be too delicate to put outside this time of year, but put it in a pot and tend to it the way you would tend to your own soul. Let it be a reminder and a reflection that this represents you and your commitment to nurture yourself. Once all the members have been introduced, you grab your plant and your name tag, and if you would, as a new member, come up on stage and join me here and make a line so that we can bless you, we will sing to you, "You are the face of God." And so, our new members being honored here today are Pat King, Bob King, Larry Witchman, Susan Becker, Richard Brodesky, Ariel Heller, Beth Taylor, Elaine Rockhill, Ruth Starwell, Deborah Roberts, Sandy Solomon, Michael Searcy, and Reverend Felicia Searcy. As they make their way up, what I'm going to invite you all to do is to allow yourself to simply receive. As we sing to you, there is no need for you to try and sing back to us. I want you to just take this in as this community blesses you and welcomes you into this community as full members. And so, if you don't know the song Face of God, you will know it in about 2 seconds. Very quickly. It's very simple. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. So if you'd like to meld the sign with the lyric, here we go. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Let's just sign. You are the just that last line. You are the face of God. The new members of Unity of Tucson. I am delighted by the light in the faces of every single person I encounter here in this community, and always delighted to welcome new members into our community. Thank you so much. Last fall, I made sort of an offhanded pitch in a talk that I was giving, inviting anyone who wanted to sign up to do this thing I was calling the Undiscovered Genius Workshop. And I never mentioned it again because after that one mention, the workshop was full. And I'm going to talk a little bit about, the journey as part of my message today, but today, in honor of those undiscovered geniuses who were discovered yesterday at the culmination performance of their pieces that they prepared. There's a song that always spoke to my heart in terms of what it is we keep inside and what we should all let forth. This one's for the undiscovered geniuses. Or is it genii I never knew? Who write and paint and chisel in their bedrooms, known forever by the last name Who. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, but common knowledge doesn't know the jewels below. You never had a hit song on the airwaves. You never broke out from the local scene. You didn't paste your walls with famous faces. And you prefer the window to the TV screen. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, but common knowledge doesn't know the jewels below. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, dancing with your hopes and fears instead of chasing zeros. Don't jump before the cameras. The wise among us hardly ever speak. Every time we're sent a perfect teacher, we miss them 'cause we overlook the meek. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, but common knowledge doesn't know the jewels below. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, harmonizing hearts and hands, making stained glass from sand. This one's for the ones who know they're precious, but no more precious than the garbage man. I kiss you on your cheek, not on a poster, 'cause genius wants a lover, not a fan. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, but common knowledge doesn't know the jewels below. I know you're out there, I know you're in there, harmonizing hearts and hands, making mirrors cover stories can't uncover the true lover. Thank you. And thank you to all those who made their presentations yesterday. It was quite a day, and I think it actually worked out well. We had a couple delays in terms of when the presentations were going to happen for various reasons, and it all worked out perfectly. It all worked out perfectly. I introduced yesterday and the beginning of the workshop entirely with this. Every artist was first an amateur. Every artist was first an amateur. Think about that. That's a quote of Ralph Waldo Emerson. If there is something that is sitting in your heart longing to be expressed, stop sitting on it. Express it. Express it. It is there for you to express. The purpose of the workshop ultimately was to discover, to reveal, and to live your authentic self. Now, the way that we got there to uncovering, to that discovery of the self, the authentic self, to revealing that authentic self, and to living as the authentic self was done through art techniques, through performance techniques, through singing techniques, through poetry writing, through storytelling. However they chose to bring what it was they wanted to offer, that was theirs to make the determination around how they wanted to uncover their authentic self. And I also said, the journey was the goal, not the destination. And that is a lesson for each and every one of us, I think, in life. That we're not going to a destination. That's one thing that differentiates this philosophy from many other traditions. We're not trying to get to heaven. We're making a decision that heaven is a now lived experience. And we can decide to be on that journey or not. It's up to you to make that determination. So the journey is the goal. Then I had to ask myself, if this is about discovering, revealing, and living your authentic self, what is the authentic self? What is the authentic self? And I invite you all to reflect for yourselves on that very question. What is the authentic self? Do you know? Do you have the willingness to go on that journey to deepen into a discovery of the authentic self? I think the journey of life is the consistent discovery, revealing, and living of the authentic self. Because I think the authentic self can also change. What? The true self never changes. The way we express authentically our true self can shift over time, depending on where we are in our expression and experience of life. And I think that that's okay. That's okay. The journey of discovering the authentic self is unending because we are renewed moment by moment in this thing called life. A lot of this comes out of, yes, that song written by my friend Martin Kerr, Undiscovered Geniuses, and also one of the very dominant influences on the entire New Thought movement, which was Ralph Waldo Emerson, and in particular his essay on self-reliance. And in that essay he wrote this: "To believe your own thought, to believe that what is true for you in your private heart is true for all people, that is genius." To believe your own thought, to believe that what is true for you in your own private heart is true for all people, that is genius. This calls to each and every one of us to reflect on what it is that is true in our own heart. What is true in our thought? What is true with a capital T? Not just facts, but truth. What resides within you, longing to be expressed as truth? A constant refrain that I hear from people when they first discover new thought teachings in Unity or in the religious science or divine science movements. Here's a constant refrain that I hear. People come up and say, "Oh, this is what I have always intuitively known." Anyone have that experience when you first came into this philosophy? This is what I have always intuitively known and felt was true in my heart. And yet I had all of these other organizations telling me something different, but it did not align with what I felt was true in my heart. This is another thing that happens to a lot of people. When they're met with truth, with a capital T, they say, "I heard the message and I just sat in the back and I cried. Sat in the back of the sanctuary and I cried." Anyone else have that experience? There are people who tell me that they would sit in the back of the sanctuary for weeks, just allowing themselves to absorb what it is they were hearing, and they would just sob. So if you're in the back crying, it's okay. If you're in the back and you're not crying, that's okay too. I think about those kinds of statements and I think, why? Why does it have such an effect? I think that it has an effect for people because when they hear spiritual truth, they feel seen. They feel seen, perhaps for the first time in their lives, and they feel understood. I think that ultimately, spiritual truth distills down to those aspects of our mission statement. This is spiritual truth for me. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. The journey of discovery is one of deepening into remembering who we are, moving beyond the sensation that the formed world, that the circumstantial world, that the evidentiary world has anything or any bearing on the truth of our being. It does not. It does not, except to the degree that we allow it. And that's the caveat. We can allow ourselves to be rolled over by all of those things out there. I choose to let go and say, I see the things in the world around me, and I know a deeper truth, and I allow myself to resonate on that deeper truth. I choose to move beyond the sensation that form has any bearing. I want to ask you how many of you can relate to this idea. I concerned myself mostly with what it looked like to others to be me, rather than what it felt like to be my authentic self. I'm going to say that again. I concerned myself mostly with what it looked like to others to be me, rather than what it felt like to be my authentic self. The experience yesterday was putting on a presentation. And we can get lost in the idea that putting on that presentation is somehow akin to putting on a presentation in life. That was not the point and purpose of the experience, because putting on a presentation in life is looking to the other people in our lives and saying, look at me. Do you see who I am? Do you see? Am I okay? Do you approve? Rather than standing firm and resolute in what it feels like to be your authentic self and to express wholly as your authentic self. I've spoken about this before. Well, let's face it, every Sunday I'm only ever saying the same thing. That's the challenge of ministry, saying the same thing every week and trying to find 52 new ways a year to say it. Next year is going to be 53. We have 53 Sundays next year. So I have said this before, but I think it bears repeating. Part of my personal journey, I'm going to talk a little bit about my personal journey, to self-acceptance was radicalizing myself. You may be going, what? What do you mean by that? There are some people, there's at least one person in the room who knew me in a time when I was a little more of a radical expression of myself that maybe didn't quite feel in alignment with the truth of my being, and it was rooted in the idea that I was more concerned with what it looked like to other people than what it felt like to be my authentic self. And so, now you're probably going to laugh because you'll probably think, how could he get any more flamboyant? Trust me, it's possible. But I used to be very flamboyant. And frankly, that is a part of who I am. I'm not going to deny that. That is a part of who I am. Not quite the Southern Baptist minister I talked about the last couple weeks, but something else. But I was putting on airs of what I thought it looked like to live in the identity that I knew about myself. And it was perhaps not the most authentic expression of self, although there's something rooted in truth about it. So I was flamboyant, I was over the top. In fact, so I was talking to, I did a performance of a song from a musical yesterday as part of the presentation. It's from a musical called Sunday in the Park with George. It is a musical it's my favorite musical of all time, and it's a role that I've always wanted to play, and they produced it when I was in university in the acting program. That same semester, they produced a show called Execution of Justice, and one of the characters in that play is a drag queen. Where do you think I got cast? Here, my favorite musical of all time, but they're going to cast me as a drag queen. Not that I have any issue with that. I have no issue with that whatsoever, but I would much rather have been in the musical that semester. But it's because I was allowing myself to live a rather flamboyant, over-the-top expression of me, giving into the pressure of perception that, in a way, I thought it might be impressive to other people that I was so open about who I was. And in retrospect, in reflection, I ask myself now, in what ways might have that been detrimental to my well-being and to my expression and to my wholeness? Here's the way it was detrimental. It's because I was letting other people dictate my way of being. I was letting other people's opinions of me dictate the way I showed up in the world, rather than living true to my heart and soul and allowing that to shine forth. But it's all a lesson we learn. It's all part of the experience. And so I do not regret any aspect of that part of my life. And I invite each and every one of you to look at perhaps those things that we might feel a little regret about and look at the past and go, do I really need to live in regret of that? Or can I accept that that was part of what got me here? It's what got me here. So at that point in my life, conformity became a desire. Conforming to the way others thought I should be. And the problem with conformity is this: the moment I conform with your idea of what I should be, then I am in conflict of my idea of what I should be most of the time. The moment I conform with your idea of what I should be, then I am in conflict with what I truly am, with my idea of what I should be. And which is the healthier expression? I think it's allowing ourselves to live authentically as ourselves. This month, we have, well, except for, no, I mean, it's all rooted. It's all rooted in. I was going to say, except for Palm Sunday and for Easter Sunday, we've been looking at the power of wisdom as the theme for the month, but those were all woven into those 2 Sundays as well. So this month was about the power of wisdom, one of the 12 powers as articulated by Charles Fillmore. Wisdom, discernment, judgment, whatever you use to understand it. Wisdom as a power is an inherent attribute of our being. It is something we can develop, as Lynn talked about. We can develop wisdom. But I think that there is something even deeper. There is an innate wisdom at the core of each and every one of us that just knows and knows that it knows. And oftentimes we spend a lot of time trying to cover that up by being flamboyant. Whatever it takes to cover up that inherent truth of our being. Today I say, let all of the things we cover up that inherent wisdom with, let them slip away and find the authentic self and let it shine forth. I think the greatest wisdom may be the wisdom of self, fill in the blank. Reliance, self-respect, self-esteem, self-awareness. You get to decide. Emerson also wrote this: there is a time in every person's education when they arrive at the conviction that envy is ignorance, that imitation is suicide. Who was I trying to be in the over-the-top expression? I was being an idea of what I thought it was to be me. How many of us have ever lived that in our lives? That's simply imitation. That's it. There was one of our performers yesterday who, my primary work with this individual was to strip away all the imitation that was being layered onto the expression. And I would just say over and over, let it all go. Just be in the moment, have the experience, and say what you need to say. It's another good song to do sometime. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. I've just, sometimes these thoughts I have to just let Linda know when I'm thinking of them up here. Envy is ignorance and imitation is suicide. So the question is, in what ways might we be conforming? That's the big question today. In what ways might we be conforming? Or expecting others to conform to our concepts of the way things should be. That's a whole other side of this. That we expect everyone else to conform to the way we think the way we think things should be. Ministry is a particularly interesting role in this regard because everyone feels entitled to offer their opinion of how a minister should conform. And all I can say with regard to that is I spent a lot of time learning to be my authentic self, and that's what I'm going to do and be. That's just it. And trust that in doing so, that I am leading by example. That I am leading by example. We talk a lot about a way shower. Well, there are many way showers, and each and every one of us can be way showers in terms of living an authentic life, deep in the understanding of the truth of who we are. Part of the journey of this genius workshop, this undiscovered genius workshop, was to let go of the way we thought we might be perceived and allow a moment to unfold, unfettered and authentic. Emerson also offers in his essay that we should learn to detect and watch the inner gleam of genius, that thing we often dismiss and disregard because it is ours. I'm the one who's studied to be up here, but the wisdom that flows through me is the same wisdom that flows through each and every one of you. And I invite us all to tap into that innate, inherent wisdom at the core of our being, more so today perhaps than ever before, to allow that inner gleam of genius to flow forth into expression. Perhaps this week, we each and every one of us make the decision to trust that inner gleam of genius and activate it through visioning work, through allowing ourselves to say, what is it that I choose to be and express in this world, absent the understanding or the acceptance of anyone else? Who would I choose to be if other people's opinions didn't matter? Visioning is a process to delve into the free infinite ideas, absent those preformed ideas. Visioning is about letting go of anything that has come before and allowing the answers to present themselves in our expression. And it is rooted in one of my favorite spiritual questions of all time. You ready to write this down? You don't have to write it down. But if you want to write it down, my favorite question, what wants to happen here? In any situation, what wants to happen here? And then actually listen for the answer. Actually listen for the answer. What wants to happen here? Relax into the moment. Visioning is fully trusting our mind as a full expression of God mind and relying on it. Because there is no separation. There is consciousness and nothing else. And we are that expression. We are the form of consciousness. And so our mind is God's mind. Let us actively value, embrace, and celebrate the individual uniqueness and contribution of all people, starting with ourselves. Let us value, embrace, and celebrate what it is we have to offer to this world. And let it not be rolled over by the opinions of others. I think that if we do this, I fully believe that if we do this, that as we express our uniqueness, what we find is that perceived differences of gender, ethnicity, culture, history, experience, sexual orientation, and the like, they disappear because they do not become the dominant idea about a person. When we know who we are, we can look upon the faces of every single person we encounter and know that that is the truth of each and every one of them, irrespective of how they present it in the world. That's my goal. In remembering who we are, we must remember who everyone else is as well. That's wisdom. To embrace inclusion and diversity, we must be willing to set aside our judgments and be respectful. And absent respect, we tacitly say, you are not valued. So let us let go of that idea. Let go of judgment. Let go of judgment. That's wisdom. The universal law of mind takes our ideas as an impress, a mold, and brings them into being. That's the wisdom of self, reliance, respect, awareness, whatever you choose to fill in that blank with. So let us let go of the need, you ready? Let us let go of the need today to impress, and through a practice of principle, impress. That is, let us let go of the need to create a favorable impact or to draw attention to oneself, and instead let us, through the practice of principle, affect deeply or strongly in mind or feelings a mark on mind to be creative. That, to me, is the true power of wisdom. And to know who you are, and let your heart and soul live in infinite trust, that is the power of wisdom, of self. Peace and blessings to you. You are magnificent. So spring break is over. There is homework this week. I invite you to take time this week, each and every day. So daily, I would like you to take time to engage in some contemplation about your life and ask a few questions and see what comes up for you. These questions are, what is the expression that is wanting to happen? What wants to happen here? What must be released to allow that expression? And what must be embraced to allow that expression? If there is a kernel of truth that has resonated in your heart here today, I invite you to bring it to mind right now as we relax into this moment of reflection. Every morning The light keeps getting brighter as I wake up to the truth. Every day I'm feeling so much lighter, and the world seems fresh and new. What I was taught and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Each day I start anew, and so I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to confusion. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. I invite us all to relax right where we are as we enter into a moment of affirmative prayer, rooted in an understanding that there is only one infinite power and presence. There is only one source of creation. There is one energy. There is God and nothing else. God, this greatness on demand, is the core of our beingness. It is our identity, for there can be no separation in the infinite. And I know that the infinite is fully expressing itself by means of each and every one of us, by means of all creation, by means of all that is. Knowing this, I know the word I speak right now is backed by the power of infinite creation. And so I speak my word on behalf of each and every one of us, knowing that there is that within us that is flowing forth into expression authentically, that each and every one of us has the capacity to lay down the barriers of that which we thought we were based on other people's opinions and live true to our authenticity, to allow ourselves to be wholeheartedly us. For that is the great gift of this thing called God, that it is expressing itself in multiplicity from unity. We are the multiplicity. We are the unique expression, each and every one of us, and there is room for all expression. There is room for all of it. With this understanding, with this acceptance, and with this magnificent love at the core of my heart for this understanding and teaching and all that it has brought into my life, I allow an unfoldment of this with gratitude overflowing from within. I let it be so as I relax, trust, and know. I relax, trust, and know. And I affirm it by saying, and so it is. Amen. Every morning brings a new beginning. By grace, another day to be. I awaken to the sun upon me shining, lighting the way for me to see. Things that I sought and the way that I thought stopped serving me long ago. Now I'm learning to trust in the God of all of us. Of yesterday I'm letting go. I'm walking away from the thinking that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to walk away. I'm walking away from the less than that held me for so long. Today is the day I walk away. I'm walking away from the path that led me to such sadness. Today is the day I walk away. Every day I walk away. Today is the day I walk away. And so it is. Thank you. Would you please welcome Roberta Latham, who is the secretary of our board of directors, to the front. You're going to stand on here, right? Yes. She is here to initiate and help us with our collection today. Roberta Latham.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome.
Good morning.
I have to tell you, I am so grateful for the expansion of this audience and the thriving of this wonderful institution. I mean, I think I counted 12 or 13 new members. Welcome. This is great. And last week we got to sing again and we saw the light.
Yeah.
And we channeled Dolly Parton. Wow. We have a lot of fun here, right? So I'm here to ask you to please continue to support us financially and with your time. There's a volunteer sign-up list with all the different volunteer jobs that we have. And by the way, we do need some more greeters and ushers. Some folks are going to leave for the summer. So would appreciate your volunteer of your time. And there are many ways that you can give financially. The ushers are coming forth now with baskets, so please step to the front if you're a basket passer today, and get ready to do this. And as we sing our giving song, we can contribute that way. There are many other ways to contribute. You can see them up here on the board. And if you want to be an automatic giver and you aren't already a sustaining member, as some of the radio stations call it, there's a little card in the back of the chairs. So if you are a sustaining member, please put your card in the basket. If you want to be one, go to unitytucson.com and you can sign up for that. Makes it really, really easy. So welcome and thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Roberta. If you would hold whatever it is you're offering the church today in your hand, perhaps hold it to your heart and let's share together our giving this statement. I share this gift with love, conscious of the inner presence as the lavish source and substance of my supply. I am rooted in the assurance that this gift blesses Unity of Tucson, and I trust in its ever-present circulation, knowing its blessings return to me. And so it is. If you feel like you want to stand, you can stand, move the body. God is my source, God is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Love is my source, love is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Joy is my source, joy is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Peace is my source, peace is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. God is my source, God is my power, and I have everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings, 'cause I have everything I need. Yes, I have everything I need. Here to do a blessing over the offering is Sherry Hoffman, our other prayer chaplain in service today.
As I embrace that energy that we just created, I also embrace knowing that God is that energy, and the energy that is in those baskets is also God. And I give gratitude for all of the offerings that were given. And I know that all of that is going to go forth out and help Unity in so many ways. And through that help of Unity, I know that we are going to share God and this knowing that we all have. And with that, I affirm it, and so it is.
So it is. Amen. Thank you, Sherry. Yes. We do have a summer study series coming up. We do have our Wednesday night class that is ongoing right now, which is the 12 Powers, but we have another class that will begin on May 25th. It is an elective course, a non-credited course that is going to be based on the book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm so excited to work through this book. If you would like to sign up for that, you can do so online, or you can sign up in our bookstore for that Wednesday class. It's going to be an 8-week study starting on May 25th. The Sleep Tight workshop this Thursday will be the final Thursday of the Sleep Tight workshop at 10 a.m. Oh, it still says beginning April 14th, but it is ending this Thursday. So there we go. With Christina Gilman, this workshop has been focused on exploring causes and solutions for sleeplessness. And if you haven't been to the other meetings, you can still show up and get whatever nuggets are going to support you in finding solutions for sleeplessness. Anyone have insomnia? I do sometimes, yeah. Yes, what else is happening? Unitix Happy Hour this week. Friday at 5 p.m., the Unitix group meets for happy hour. This week, they will be meeting at Zinburger. That is at 6390 East Grant Road. If you are interested in signing up and being on the reservation list, you can speak with Molly, who's in the back. Hello, Molly, waving her hand there. Yes, another thing to talk to Molly about is that we are going to start some opera outings. They do broadcasts of the opera at Elkhorn Theater, and they're going to make a Unitix event out of that. It'll be Saturdays at 10 a.m. For more information, you can see Molly about that in the foyer as well. Our next shared meal will be on Mother's Day, which is May 8th, so only a couple weeks away. If you would like to sign up to bring a dish, please also see Molly in the foyer. Molly handles everything. I don't know if you realize, Molly handles everything, and I'm deeply grateful for Molly. Now, Molly has had a special request, and I'm going to pass along that special request. If you are enjoying our hospitality following Sundays, we could use a few more hands in helping with the cleanup. If you would be so kind as to help with some of the cleanup, we would be delighted to have you. And you can talk to Molly. Or you can talk to Dawn about that. Dawn will be happy to wave your hand, Dawn. Dawn will be happy to help you with that as well. The Fall Dinner Gala Committee meeting is happening today. In the email on Friday, it said it was in room 3. It's actually in room 4 in the annex. So if you are a part of that committee, meet there after service today. And we also, if you are interested in observing the board meeting, we do have a board meeting today. And as members, you are welcome to observe the board meetings. And that'll be happening today following the service in room 3, which is why the dinner gala meeting had to be in room 4. There are reasons for everything. The youth need you. I always like to say that. The youth need you. We have a wonderful, vibrant, growing youth program here. We're always looking for volunteers to help support our youth program. If you're interested in volunteering to support our youth program, you can send an email to yfm@unitytucson.com, or you can sign up in the foyer for that as well. Our chaplains in service today are the 2 chaplains whom you have already seen, Deborah Walker and Sherry Hoffman. If you need a few moments of prayer following service, they will remain in the sanctuary. Seek them out. They have their purple stoles on, so you'll be able to recognize who they are. Alternatively, if you would like to write out a prayer request, you can write out a prayer request and put it in the prayer request box, which is in the foyer as well. And those are sent to the entire prayer team at Unity of Tucson here. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today possible. But before I do that, I want to say, if you helped with the Easter shared meal last week, would you please stand up so that we can honor you, thank you, and give great gratitude for all that you made happen last week. What a success. So grateful. It was such an amazing experience last week to move back into shared meals after such a long time of not having them because of various world events. I'm not going to go down that road. Yeah, so thank you, and I look forward to even more hands helping out on Mother's Day, so thank you all. I want to say thank you to our technical team. I want to say thank you to Wally and Don and P Daddy back there for your magnificent support. Say thank you to Deborah and to Sherry and to Lynn for your participation today in the service. I want to say thank you to Roberta, but she has stepped out of the room, it looks like, so let's give a great applause for Roberta. I want to say thank you to Linda Ackerman, Joshua Carruthers, Raphael Carruthers, this magnificent Unity band. Who am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anyone? I have to start asking because I forgot. I want to say thank you to Laura and to William for helping out today with the new member blessing, and welcome to all the new members. So yes, thank you. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for making your presence known here, not just here at Unity of Tucson, but here in this thing called life. You are magnificent, and I am in gratitude every day for you. As we complete our time here, let us share together the prayer of divine awareness. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. You know this song. Feel free to stand and dance. Now there is peace on earth, for it has begun with me. Now there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be with God as creator. Family all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Peace has begun with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take,